Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Kicking it with KeKe. Full of personality. Switching up the storyline on God, we making history.
Writing books, changing lives, one day at a time. Put your problems to the side. Enjoy yourself. Free your mind.
Kicking it with KeKe.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe, Life, Love, and all that other shit. I am your host, KeKe Chanel, award-winning author, lifestyle blogger, and certified life coach. The overall theme for Kicking It with KeKe is all about personal development and mindset. When we operate as our highest self, we operate through life more abundantly. Tonight, I have a special panel of women, and we're talking about a topic, y'all, that everybody needs to hear because it is relevant and not taken as seriously as it should be. So tonight, we are talking about being set apart, not going with the flow. Before we get into the topic, I like to have my guests to introduce themselves. So I'll just go around and let you ladies tell who you are. We'll start from how I see it. So Q, with Pillow Talk with the T podcast, go ahead and tell the people who you are. You're not new to the platform, but just tell them again, girl.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sister, for having me. So my name is Kwamia, but for those that can't pronounce it, call me Q, Kwa Queen. I'm the founder, CEO, creator, and most importantly, the host of Pillow Talks with the T podcast. And I'm just here to be connected to with all you goddesses and empresses in the building.
Absolutely. Next up, we have Miss Ashley. Tell the people who you are and why you're here. Yes.
Hello. I am Ashley. I am the owner and CEO of the Black Door Publishing Company, and I am here to kick it with KeKe and the ladies tonight.
Absolutely. Next up, we have Miss Nashay. Tell the people who you are, lovely.
Hi, thank you for having me. My name's Nashay. I am the host and creator of Life Spice Podcast, and I am here to kick it with the ladies, sip some tea, talk about how we do not go with the grain, and just be our true, authentic selves. So thank you for having me.
Next, we have Mary, aka Suge. We don't know if Suge gonna come, but hey, I'm pretty sure she gonna show up. Tell the people who you are.
She gonna show up. She here right now. Hold on one second. Hello, ladies. How y'all doing? So my name is Mary. I'm the CEO and founder of Insurer Industries, doing business as Divinity Speaks, where I help young, vulnerable women discover their authentic self, discover their inner goddess. And whom you have before you now is Suge. Everybody know it's Suge. Suge is she's the real down to earth part of me. She's like that cool auntie that you should not be talking about with your cousins and stuff, but she's still gonna talk to you about it. So I'm here because KeKe invited me, and thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to this conversation with y'all. And now with Suge.
Absolutely. and last but not least, we have Miss Chastity. Go ahead and tell everybody who you are. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Chastity Solomon. I am the owner of Hypnotic Skincare, the biggest, best billion-dollar skincare in the world. I provide you with that everlasting glow and that soft skin that you know. And I'm here kicking it with KeKe, and I'm so excited to be amongst all you all.
Absolutely. All right, ladies. Y'all are amazing. I love the resumes. Y'all look beautiful. But we're going to get into this topic, y'all, because this topic was inspired by a conversation that I was having with a friend. Matter of fact, Chastity inspired it. I was actually on her live. A friend of mine and I were talking about it earlier. So it was like confirmation. Okay, we talked about this earlier. Now Chastity is talking about it. So I hit her up. I was like, man, we got to talk about this. So I'm going to get a panel of women, and here we go. So let's get into it. Being set apart and not going with the flow, what does that look like for each of you? And we can go in the same order that we did for the introductions. Like, what does being set apart means for you?
I would say being set apart means for me is basically being in my own lane, just unapologetically, authentically, organically, just being in my own lane, doing it my way, not giving a fuck what no one else have to say about it, because it's authentically me. It's created tell her it's me. So that's what basically being in my own lane and journey and just even just my way, just that's what it means to me.
Absolutely.
Q, that was awesome. I definitely agree with you on that. I mean, you echo, and I can echo those sentiments exactly because I feel the same way. For me, it's mainly just being who I am, being comfortable in my skin, and not worrying about what anybody has to say about how I do things, when I do them, what I do, and just rolling along and keeping it moving with the way that I feel and what feels good to me.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
That, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I like to think for me, it's just knowing that at the end of the day, that when I hit my head on the pillow, that I was true to myself. Because I feel like for so much of my life, it was what other people thought of me, you know, what I didn't have, or just I always worried about what other people thought. And then once I found myself and started loving me, at that point, I didn't really care who didn't like me, who didn't love me, because I loved me. And going with the grain, like if there's a group of people that's running one way, I'm going to go the opposite way.
Facts.
Because I've learned that when you go with the crew, you know, you get the consequences of the crew.
Yep.
And sometimes that is in detriment of yourself, you know, to your integrity, to the person that you want to be. And even with that being said, you can't let that stop you from operating in your true authentic self.
So, hello, darling. So, I agree with all the ladies, but one thing I want to point out, particularly for myself, is like I said, self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, not caring what anyone thinks, not caring what anyone says about me, and because we tend to allow like others, especially to if we talk about me personally, growing up to where people told me who I was. People told me who I was. People painted that canvas of me. People said, oh, this is what you're not supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. But in my head, I'm thinking like, well, I see how your life is going. So why should I follow what you're telling me to do? And then as growing up, it started to, you know, create my own mind, being authentically myself. It's like a miracle in itself, because it's like, okay, this is who I truly am. This is what God, you know, puts me on this earth to be, and this is what I'm going to be. And like Miss Q said, fuck it, who cares?
That part.
Sometimes we shun ourselves, and I have myself shun myself, dim my light, allow people to put me in a box. And then it got to a point where it's like, I'm suffocating my talents, I'm suffocating my gifts, I'm suffocating who I truly am, which God made me that way for a reason. So ways can be made for me. So why should I allow someone to have power over me, to even have power over you, place you in a box? Yeah. Sometimes you just got to say, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it.
Literally.
Say fuck it.
And come up out that box.
Right? And continue to continue to be you. Continue to be you. So being the authentic me is accepting me for who I am, dark or light, and just living what I'm supposed to be living.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
I agree with all of you. I am a very creative person, so I always grew up with that mindset of not going, everybody was going left, I was going right. Because I felt like I was just so, you know, I don't want to call it black sheep, but just so creative of my own. I never was a follower, you know, even though I had to grow up to realize that I was a leader, you know, but I just never was that person that just like to follow the crew. Like I was saying on the live that day, all the girls dressing alike, the girls' trips, the matching robes and all that. To me, that kind of washes out your own personal identity. It's cute and all, but when you have to be a part of I call it game banging kind of mentality, I'm good. I'm not trying to be, I mean, it's cute for some people. Some people like that. Everybody, let's toast together. Everybody, let's wear the matching robes together. Let's, you know, it just takes away your real, and are you really doing this for you, or are you doing this for them? That's the question, because, you know what I'm saying? Like some people be doing it just for acceptance. And I'm not with it. I
Mhm.
guess that's just not my personality. I'm not trying to clap the glasses so I can be a part of your mix. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to dress like you. Everybody dressed like in black because we're going to the latest concert. That's just never been my thing.
Right.
Because it pulls to me, it just pulls away your real identity
Right.
and who you really are, because some people do it, it just, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't want to say that people have low self-esteem. That may not be it. But
that part.
but it could be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to be a part of that kind of mix.
I mean, like you said, you have leaders and you have followers. Some people like to
Mhm.
follow because they're afraid to step into the leadership role because
Right.
it's going to have them to be self-aware and have that self-accountability. And a lot of people
Right.
shy away from that because it
Right.
makes you look deep within yourself. And like Mary said, that self-acceptance is scary.
It's scary.
It's scary for a lot of people because some
Yeah.
stuff that you may have
Yeah.
gone through that had trauma in your life, that has triggers and things like that, you don't want to have to deal with those things. It's hard, but until you deal with that, you're not going to be authentically you. You're not going to have that self-acceptance. You're going to just always follow the crowd. And I feel like if God wanted me to be like somebody else, he would have gave me a identical twin. Like I'd have had two KeKes, like for real.
I think a lot of people do it for validation. Like it's validation. It's just saying, okay, yeah, we all together, we're part of this little circle, it validates, whatever they're looking for. But I know who I am. I mean, and if my daddy told me a long time ago when I was little that I was a star. I don't need validation from it.
You have that self-validation. And that's I'm glad that you say that because Mary talked about, Suge talked about self-acceptance. Okay, Nishay, when you hear the word self-acceptance, what does that sound like or look like for you?
Self-acceptance. Wow. Chastity, it is, right? I can, speaking from a person that I was a follower, not so much a follower. I had the ton of girlfriends growing up, right? And it was always one of those things where I knew I never wanted to be a part of a sorority because I was always too much. I was the one that was too much in the crew, like I was the one that I was too much. And that was okay for me because on the inside, I did suffer from low self-esteem. I'm originally from Cape May, and I was always told, oh, you're pretty for a dark-skinned girl, or you're smart for a dark-skinned girl, and it's just like, why can't I just be pretty, bro? Or why can't I just be smart, And so that, hearing that, and then not really feeling like I fit in with my family and what's happening around me, things are happening inside, I don't know what's happening. So I clung to my girlfriends, and it was dangerous because I then ended up hurting my girlfriends because I was broken inside. Not so much broken, I just didn't know who I was. It took for me to go through some shit to be the woman that I am today. So self-acceptance is accepting all the wrong that I've done, the lies that I've told, the hurt that I've caused, like accepting all my shit, like someone that I've wronged in the past coming to me, and saying, you did me wrong. What did you do? I can look them in the eye, tell them what I did, why I did it, and I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, I'm comfortable and I love myself enough today to say that what I did in my survival mode or out of, survival or out of, not having the necessary tools, I'm okay with that today. Because that's not the woman that I am today. I stand in integrity. I stand in light, and I love me. And to me, that is self-acceptance. And my symbol that I see with that is hands, just hugging yourself, that's what I see. when I self-acceptance.
Right. I love that. I love that. So being true to who you are, like Ashley, what can you say to listeners who just may feel confused about who they are? What advice or words of encouragement or empowerment can you give somebody?
So I think anyone who is struggling with knowing who they truly are, like you really just have to, you've got to take a moment. And whether that is taking that moment to be away from, family, if it's being away from friends, you truly have to take a moment and you have to distance yourself and you really have to get to know yourself and you got to dig in. Like you really, it's going to be dealing with your shit. It's going to be dealing with the shit that's going to come up from the past. It's going to be dealing with all of the things. And you have to absolutely just, like, you got to love yourself enough to go there. You got to go there. And once you do that, I think that, you can truly, really figure it all out and just be happy. Because outside of that, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. If you're concerned about what everybody else is saying, if you're concerned about what everybody else is doing, if you are trying to fit in that box, as opposed to busting out that bitch, you're not gonna make it.
Right. Absolutely.
You
And
have
look,
to be you.
you have to be you and you have to deal with your shit. Me and Q got an episode on my podcast called Just Deal with Your Shit. Like,
I seen that.
sometimes you're gonna get dirty, but you can wash that off. You have to get
Wash it
down
off.
and dirty and deal with it first before you can clean yourself up and realize that, you know what, it was me, not everybody else. It was me. And we talk about being placed in a box, man. Sometimes you're not a box. Sometimes you're a circle.
Right.
Like, I don't even see the box, so you ain't gonna put me in it. I don't even see that box.
Yeah.
Like, for real. For real. Not worrying about what people say, y'all. And I know I've been guilty of worrying about what people say about me. That was the story of my life. Although I didn't care, I did have some type of, dang, why did they say that? I must not be good enough. I must not be smart enough. I must not be this, and that. I don't care, but why? I always have that underlining, like question in my mind. So when you hear that, Mary, not worrying about what people say about you, like, how do you get through that? Or how do you stay at that level when you are knowing that you're set apart and not going with the flow?
Okay, so first I would like to say it all starts with you. It all starts with you, especially speaking on a personal experience where, like I said, I allow people to paint the canvas of Mary. I allow people to tell me, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. So what that did for me is, like, now I was in a state, or sometime in a state now, that it's to be transparent, that I still struggle with now of self-healing, because now I can put myself, or allow others to put myself in a state of mind to knowing what it's like, well, who the fuck am I? So it's like, then when certain triggers happen, it's like, okay, well, why am I acting this way? Why am I having these certain thoughts? Why do I want to kill this bitch right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right. Let's just be honest, because people will take you there. People will take you there.
They would.
And especially if you are a genuine, good person, you're always smiling. Even when you feel fucked up inside, you wear that smile like it ain't, like, you like, okay, girl. Like, oh, how you doing? Like, bitch, I really want to slap you in your face, but I'm just say, okay.
Right.
No, it's not just me.
Right. No, it's not just you, baby. It's me too.
No.
But what I can say and how I got myself through that, the first thing I had to realize is, okay, who is Mary? What does Mary like? What does she do not like? Does Mary like a big D? Does Mary like a little D? Does Mary like to wear these type of clothes? Does Mary like to go out in these certain environments? So I have to start with my self-identity. That's what I would say. Start with your self-identity, doing things that you like to do, discovering who you are. But in that discoverment, people think that, okay, solitude is bad. I see solitude as a blessing. I see it as a blessing, especially when it comes to the healing process, because it's like now you have to go back to the old trauma, the old shit that you done been through, and be like, okay, oh, so that's why I act that way. Oh, so that's why I act that way. And then you have to take time to not only learn yourself, but find a solution for your own shit.
Yes.
Because it's like, but at the end of the day, I also had to give myself grace. I also had to give myself grace, and because I am literally unprogramming myself, unprogramming my emotions, unprogramming my mind, unprogramming my standards. And now you have to build it up. Like it's like you're taking care of a new baby. You just giving birth to yourself all over again. So that's what I had to do. I had to give birth to Mary and actually nourish Mary and how she should be.
Wow, that right there, like I had to give birth to Mary. What did you say after that? Cute, like giving birth to yourself.
Mic drop.
Right?
Listen, don't let me drop the mic. For real. But I don't even know what to say. Like for real. When
can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Nisha. Like, because I don't have.
Have you guys ever heard of the inner family system? IFS. Write it down. Yeah, we're about to get real technical real quick. So it's think of your body, right? Your head, your shoulder, your heart, right? Your head, so think of ambivalence, positive, negative. You need both to coexist for peace, right? So your thinkers, typically, what you think, you typically do, right? What you do, you then feel, right? So your thinkers are like you have your higher power as like your positive thinker. And then you have your positive negative thinker, which is like your critical self. You know, that one that's always like, oh, you could have did it this way, or the one you want to strangle sometimes. The one that, really is in the driver's seat most of the time. I know for me, I'm sorry, I'm speaking mostly for me, she was anyway. And then you have your action selves. You have your ego self, we'll say, your ego self, and then your true self, right? And then, or vice versa, I'm sorry, because this is your positive, and this is your negative, positive. So for me. Anyhow, so now you have your true self, and then your ego self. Your ego self is of this dunya. They operate off of lust, material things, the things that we can get so caught up in. And then our true selves, that's the ones that's who we ascend to be. That's who we are. That's our purpose. That's who we are trying to get to, so that we can ascend to be better people, to maybe not come back to this hellhole, to maybe make it great for who we're leaving behind. I don't know everyone's purpose, but that's the point. And then goes to you, Mary. Your heart is your inner children. And you have your rebellious child, and then you have your obedient child. And you really have to identify all these parts of you, because if you don't, you could be at war with yourself. There's a constant conflict. You just can't seem to get right. And it's like you want to blame everyone else, what you're doing is you're at war with yourself. So the external things you're actually creating worse for yourself. So you're absolutely right when you mentioned you're giving birth to yourself, you're reparenting yourself, because you are. We have to let our inner children know that they're safe. Right. We hit adulthood and life starts happening, and then we get so serious. I have a resting bitch face, y'all. It's to the point where like you can't even tell how I'm feeling.
Think we all do.
I think we all, yes.
Rested, and it's one of those things where I'm not a hard person. However, life has happened to me, and I find it sometimes hard to be a kid and loosen up and have a good time, and have to let our inner children know that it is okay, and that they are safe, and we have to celebrate them and nurture them and feed them all of ourselves, even even the critical one. What does she like? What's going to shut her the fuck up so that I
Mhm.
can live? You know? Like,
Yes.
what do you like? That's within reason. You know,
Right.
I like Amazon. She loves Amazon. They all love Amazon.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And Target. But yeah, so it's one of those things where you really have to communicate with yourself and give them what they need. And once that internal piece happens, the outside world this starts unfolding so beautifully.
Absolutely.
It is such a great thing.
Oh, Nashay, like she just gave us a whole lesson, y'all.
That was
Look
deep.
it up, y'all. I'm
Like-
telling you, y'all gonna love it. It is such a good read.
Wow.
And when you start incorporating it, you're like, what? This shit really worked.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I'm gonna leave it in the show notes,
Yeah.
guys. So if you're listening and you need the
Mhm.
information, just pay attention to the show notes. It will all be in there. But Q, I want to get your opinion on there, knowing that there's nothing wrong with standing out or being set apart. Because I know, you know, we've had long conversations, hard conversations, conversations that should be normalized in our community. Because let's just face it, my platform is for everybody, but it's mainly for me and us, like
Yeah.
Black people. We have to have these spaces where communication is normal. You know, changing the narrative. If we don't like how something is going, let's jump on a platform and change the narrative. And it's okay because people they put shit on us so much all the time. And so yeah, speak to someone who is listening that just may feel like they're trapped in being somebody that they're not, or being somebody that is forced upon them, and let them know that it's okay to stand out and be set apart.
Well, let the big sister come out.
Uh-oh.
Well, I definitely want to tap in. I can speak to anyone who's feeling like they're trapped, and they're trapped in not to being able to be themselves. I would say one, like I always say, and in my show, don't give a fuck about what any else thinks. Again, even though you will have that voice that would care. Yeah, of course you want. That's the human part of you. But I feel like that bigger voice of you, that voice that you know that you want to end up speaking more and have more say so, you should end up, I'm sorry, just not giving a fuck what people have to think and have to say. Don't trap yourself in a part of you where you are not allowing yourself to be who you want to be, who you feel like that you was designed and created to be. I feel like in regards to, of course, it's going to be a process. Nothing great is easy.
Right.
It's going to take time. We just have to just trust the process and know that we are all meant to be who we was designed to be. We just have to trust in that, believe in that. And I remember my grandfather used to always telling me, if you could believe it, you could achieve it. And if you could achieve it, it could be existent. You could live reality of it. Now, anything you dream of, it could be reality. So if you have that person that's trapped in you and you feel trapped, I feel like anyone can. You just have to believe that you are designed to be different, and it's okay to be different. Listen, I'm a dark-skinned, thick, curvy woman with green hair that doesn't give a damn about what nobody's saying. I speak it how I speak it, say it how I say it, and if you don't like it, check me, boo.
You can't.
That part.
You cannot. But I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Hey, yeah, that part.
That part. But
Yes.
I definitely want to just say, even just the little sisters out there, because I know even with a lot of young ladies I do come across, they do struggle in being who they want to be, and trying to find out because they're around their friends and they're trying to figure out for themselves. Even the young men too. You know, me being a boy mom, and I see the young men also they struggling as well, because just like I forgot her name, what she was just saying, Chastity, she was saying in regards of not wanting to fit in. She was always going left when they was going right. And I do see a lot of our young ladies and men, they are suffering, trapping, and say, okay, if I be myself, my friends may be opposite. They may feel some type of way, or they may sit there and say, what you doing? And I said, let them ask them questions. And when they ask you what you doing, say, I'm being me, boo, what's up?
What's
That's
up?
all you have. That's it.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
Right.
And your true friends will see you for who you are. They won't force themselves on you, because sometimes we do that. We want everybody to be like us because we don't know who the hell we are. So
Yeah.
the more we can glean from who they are or who I'm projecting on them, then I may tap into, okay, I don't really like this. I don't really like that I'm this type of person. Let me check myself and change this before it get out of hand. And that comes with that self-acceptance, self-awareness, self-accountability, self-love.
Come on.
Knowing your self-worth, self-compassion, self-discovery, all about self. Yeah. Like, and Chastity, I was about to tell you, talk about knowing your self-worth, because y'all better pay attention to hypnotic skincare, because she about to take it by storm, man. Take the beauty industry by storm. Y'all better pay attention to what she had to say. She started here on Kicking It with KeKe. Y'all better pay attention.
I know, right? My very first interview. Shaking, nervous, sweating.
Yeah, but speak about knowing your self-worth. I'm sorry.
I always, and I talk to my girls a lot about that, because I have two young ladies. Well, one about to be 15, one about to be 17. And I always tell them, first of all, I'm gonna go with this first. You gotta love yourself. You gotta know God first. That's number one. And understand that God all made us different.
Amen.
No one is like no snowflake alike. And understanding that He is number one. Uno, He is the GOAT. He is God, the GOAT. That's number one. And then you can start love. And then that, once you realize that, then you can start, understanding. Okay, I am who I am. That I am is all that I am. And I'm not here to please you, and everybody else in the world. I'm here to make myself happy, make God happy, make myself happy. And then if I can get to you, that's fine. But I'm not here. I am that I am, and that I am is all that I am.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to understand that and not get yourself intertwined in, what other people want you to be.
Right.
Because that a lot of people do that a lot, especially when they're young. Like she said earlier, you get intertwined to, what everybody else doing and what everybody else wants you to be. Be what God placed you to be, here to be. Start with Him first. Like she said, get in a quiet space. Start to hear your inner voice and start to see what God have for you. You know what I'm saying? Because people get caught up and get all in the midst of the wrong things because they're trying to please others.
Right.
And I'm not about that life. I'm really not. I will tell you in a minute. Figure yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Like really figure yourself out. Because we don't know, like you could be here today, gone tomorrow. You don't want to waste a lot of time with all that foolishness, all that, okay, this person said, worrying about what that person said about you. Who cares what they say? These people on social media, these people out here in the outside world, they're not a factor at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, no.
They're not a factor. They can't send you to hell, they can't send you to heaven. You know what I'm saying? So
but we have a lot of people out here trying to inflict hell on other people because they see that your light is shining and they are jealous of that or create that malice or whatever. But you can't fall for that. You have to know who you are, whose you are, and know that you were created to be set apart.
Yeah, right.
Walk
and
in
then that confidence, like I was telling them on the live the other day, it means a lot. You have to know that you know that you know. Because you get people in your ear and they start telling you, certain stuff, and then they start throwing little shots here and there with the little cute little LOL. Don't get twisted with LOL. LOL don't always mean, yeah, I'm laughing.
LOL.
They laughing.
Yeah. Hello.
But sometimes you gotta you gotta listen to what people are saying. And they'll throw that little LOL. And they'll throw a little shot, but they'll throw that little LOL like, oh no, I'm not really. No, yeah, you trying to say
you meant it. Yeah,
you meant it.
Yeah, you trying it. The quickest way to find out how somebody sees you is to start to elevate.
Yes.
Start to get into that space of inner healing.
And
then like closing yourself off so that you can find yourself. Then everybody got something to say. You find out how people don't fuck with you like you thought they did. And it's sad because why wouldn't I want you ladies to elevate? Why would I get mad because you say, hey, I'm taking a break for social media. What I'm mad for? Girl, do you? You know, if you
Right.
need me, I'm here. And that's just how I operate. Loyalty means a lot to me, especially with people that I care about. I'm an empath, so I feel things different. I want people to win. I give people benefit of the doubt too much, more than I should.
That's that Capricorn.
Yes, I've been burned a lot from that. But guess what? It doesn't stop me from being me. I'm gonna always do that because that's who God created me to be. And I'm not apologizing
You'll always
for it.
elevate because of
And,
that.
and you can't let people
Absolutely.
change you. You can't let other people's shit change you. You
Right.
have to
You see,
be all.
I'm a little different, and I hear my friends I hear my friends and my sisters like KeKe and so many other people. I just don't have room to give anybody no more chance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being sorry, but I'm not sorry. I just don't have any more room because at the end of the day, how many times are we going to keep saying, when someone show us who they are, believe them.
Right.
We gotta, if we gonna say it, then we have to end up acting on it. Because again, at this point, I don't have no more capacity or room or space to be able to show me you, for you to show me again for the second time who you are, where I should have believed it the first time. Because again, there go those red flags and all that other stuff. But I do want to go back to where when KeKe was saying about the fact of people sitting there see people light shining on social media, but you got to be careful because you got to realize there's a story behind every post. I may not correct everything in that capture, but you got to realize what a person probably had to go through just to be able to get that smile and be able to take that picture and be able to now post that, because I may not end up looking like what I've been through, but at the same time, you got to realize that I'm here and I'm still going through the process. So even just the light of my little light, and may it probably be big to me and it's huge, even huger to you, you're not going to come and try to dim it because you are scared to work on yourself.
Facts.
Because basically that's a lot of it. A lot of times it's them being like that because they really want to do what you're doing and they can't do it, or for whatever reason they don't have the confidence to pull it off. So then there's where that street or that line of hate start to come in and stuff like that. Because I noticed that I say all the time, I say what you won't say. You know what I'm saying on my stuff, because some people just don't have the guts or the they just like, oh, that's a little too much, or
Too
no,
controversial. I don't want to. I bet you sugar
but they don't
said.
really understand. They don't really understand. Like for real, like they don't really understand. That's really being authentic. That's the authentic part. See, they think authentic is sitting in the bed with a head wrap on. No, authentic is really being able to say what you need to say
and not worry about how you say
and
it.
not worry about it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And so that brings me to the next point I want to talk about. Stop conforming to societal and traditional standards. All right, we ain't heard from Suge in a minute. Go ahead and break us down with this, because you know we still on that mic drop that she dropped a few minutes ago.
Drop it on them real quick.
So thank you, ladies. But what I got to say is as far as for that, before we go into that, what's been demon on my head is my life, I would say, is me protecting my peace. And if you over here interrupting my peace, oh, your ass gotta go. And when people, I also like to say this as well, ladies, like when you're being your authentic self, just like Chastity said, Suge wasn't always here. Okay. Suge had to come about, because I was that girl to be like, and my inside Suge was saying like, no, you better cut that bitch out. No, you better say what you want to say. But no, the outside of me, the human part of me, Capricorn, me too, I'd be like, no, it's okay. I see him blindly in the face that, this person showing me who they really are. I was that person that still be like, maybe give them a bit of a doubt. Maybe they'll turn around sometimes. But Suge, honey, oh, listen, and she growing even more. And it's like she's growing so much to the point where people be like, well, who the hell are you?
I always been here. I always been here. I just let her out.
It's like, and that's what's being authentic is. That's being, because like I said, a lot of people getting that part twisted. They
Yeah.
thinking like, okay, I just came on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, fan base, and I'm just coming in my pajama clothes. That's being authentic, and maybe it is. But I'm
For
thinking
them.
about,
For
I'm
them,
looking at
yeah.
it from your
Mhm.
perspective. I
Mhm.
mean, being able to just be who you are and okay with saying well whatever you need to say. You know what I'm saying? If you have to rewrite and erase somebody, you will. Like me. I would rewrite and erase you if let be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now, if I'm just trying to be rude, no, but I'm not gonna just, if people show you who they are, then you might have to.
I think that being set apart and becoming who I am, I started to care a little bit more because I was in that space where I didn't give a damn and I would say whatever and I didn't care who hurt by my words. And now I don't know, I wouldn't call it being soft as I grow, but it's like as you grow, you choose your battles and you have to understand that not everybody deserves this part of me because they're not going to appreciate it. And that's just how I operate now. Like what used to piss me off 2 or 3 years ago, I don't care a damn about that. I don't care nothing about
They
that.
don't pay my bills.
And if it's not gonna affect my life 10, 20 minutes from then, why am I getting myself so worked up? Why am I even worrying about what you think or care about anyway? Because you don't know my struggle. You don't know how I cried most nights because I was in a sad, dark place and I had to claw myself out of that. I'm not going back to that. So if I have to tell you, bitch, you got me fucked up, that's what I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
And if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you.
It's cool.
You can
You don't
unfollow
have to
me.
like it. You can
I can unfollow you.
Amen.
You know,
And
I
no,
don't
that's right.
utilize the black block button because that lets you know that I care. I don't give a damn. Watch my glow up. I don't have to block you. I'm a rooting for everybody.
Right.
I'm a root from afar. I'm not on your sideline anymore cheering you on. I'm gonna be up in the stands like she got it or he got it. But I ain't gonna be your cheerleader because I was a head cheerleader, so I know how to cheer people on.
And
I could cheer you on, but either I'm gonna be your asset or we not doing that.
I tell people all the time, I like you and all, but it's really about my real BFF, and that's Benjamin Franklin Fells. I ain't really worried about you.
Okay.
For real. But I think that we tend to conform to like traditions because we saw our parents do it or we saw our grandparents do it or people just, teachers or whatever. This is your family is known for this or your family, they humble people and they don't act like that. And ladies not supposed to say that type of stuff. You're not supposed to dress a certain way. You're not supposed to look a certain way. I grew up being told that wearing red lipstick made you look whorish. I'm like, I love me some red lipstick, man. That don't mean that I'm a whore or I'm eating or whatever. It just means that I want to wear my red lipstick and I'm gonna wear it. You putting me in a box, that's because of something that you got to work out, not me. Or just because you wear pants, you go into hell. What the hell? What is that?
What is that? Yes.
The dance.
So anybody want to dive in and talk about stop conforming to societal and traditional standards or expectations?
I feel like it's okay to stand out. It's okay to stand out. Like, why do I want to be like you? If we have a whole bunch of red people in the room, let me be purple.
Yes.
That's right.
Bring pink.
And then it's like, I want people to see me. I want you to see me. Because like KeKe said, you don't know how many nights that I cried. You don't know how many surviving things or surviving situations that I've been through. And it ties me back to protecting your peace. And when it comes to protecting your peace, you have to start putting people on a certain access level.
Access
so
denied.
It's not necessary that you don't have to block these people. Okay, you just gonna get this 1% of me. Okay, I see that you loyal to me. Okay, let me get you about 90, 80. Because I can't give you the 400 because I need some for me. I need some for me. Because what's within me is for me. It is my decision to go ahead and pour it out to you in any ways factor that God may see fit for you, but it's not all for you.
Right.
Because if the temple is not built, then how can it welcome in the people?
Right.
If you're not built, how can you conform yourself to helping others as well?
Right.
So it's like when it comes to tradition, especially I grew up Christian. So when it comes to tradition, when I had to wear them stockings and I didn't want to, and was like, Mama, why? Because I'm hot and I'm sweating.
And they itchy. Yes.
Right, and I'm itchy, and I got holes in my stocking because I'm trying to scratch.
Gotta run in them.
Keep getting on your case about that running.
What God ain't worried about my stocking?
No, at all.
Why are you conforming me to like we said to this box when God is unlimited? You know what that means? We are unlimited too. If God created me and God is unlimited source, that means I'm unlimited too. So it's like we tend to allow society, allow traditions to come and shape us into something that we're not supposed to. Like, could I say, like what you call the cookie cutter?
Yeah.
I don't want to be the shape. Like I'm not meant to be the shape. Just like God isn't everything. Okay, we can be everything too. So like I said, it goes back to protecting your peace, to allowing certain people to have certain access and giving them that access to have access to you, because having access to you is a privilege. It should feel like a privilege, especially when you know what you know. Okay, well, hold on, baby. Let me go ahead and give you a quick interview before I let you raise interest into this temple right here. So just think about it. Just think about it. Just like we go to a new job, they sit in there, ask you questions and just like that. It's the same process, just not, of course, to take questions, but it's the same process that you should be going through, even with people.
Right.
Even
That's what I was talking about. Yes.
Treat yourself like a business.
Yes.
Yeah. Because you are a business.
I heard that today. Yep.
And those people, some of those people are not just outsiders. Some of those people are your family.
Yes.
Ooh, talk about
That's the thing that people don't understand. You have to, when you looking at your circle, you got to look at your whole circle. It can't just be outside your house. It can't just be inside. It's got to be everybody. It's collective. You know, whether that's siblings, whether that's cousins, whether that's distant relatives, you have to look at everybody. And everybody don't want to see you grow and prosper. And when they don't want to see you in that space, guess what it's time to do? Cut their asses off. When you and unfortunately, you know, I think in the Black community, we don't do that.
Right.
You know, we, like you said, we give them the benefit of the doubt. It's like, oh, but that's my family. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. No, because everybody don't mean you well. Right. And you have to see that, and you have to have enough wherewithal to know that, and to, like they're saying, protect your inner peace. Sometimes you have to cut those people off, and you got to be comfortable with that.
Yeah. But this is also the same thing as so many people trying to go with society and try to be fit with the cookie crumb, cutter thing with the exactly with society. But this is the same society that we complain about that crippled us, that slaved us, that sit there and that's doing us wrong, and that's sitting there that's not giving us fair justice, right? But we want to sit here and we want to conform ourselves to society. So it's just really funny when we saying that we need to break generational curses, we need to gain generational wealth, we need to sit here and we need to stop sweeping it under the rug and talk about that big ass pink elephant in the room, and stop having the mentality of grandma saying what happens in this house stays in this house. It can, absolutely, but the thing is, how emotional damage would it be generation after generation after generation? And at the point, us as women in our generation, we looking at like if it ain't work for me, so somebody got to cut it, and someone got to call it quits at some point, so it won't continue to fester through generations beyond us. And again, that's why I go against the no. Don't put me in a circle. Don't put me in a box. And like Dirty Dancing say, don't put baby in the corner. Do not do it, because at the end of the day, I'm a free spirit. And I don't want to be confined. I want to move whenever I want to move, go whenever I want to go. And if I want to stay, I want to be stayed. And I definitely agree with Mary when she said in regards of, and this is what I constantly repeatedly say, do not give people accessibility to you. And just like there's some jobs where you got to go through a 3-part interview before you even get the job, before you even consider as additional permanent or either look as a candidate. So yeah, you are. And then like even with KeKe said, you being an empath, me being an empath, I could look at your face and know I don't even want to fuck with you. So
Facts.
I don't need to do an
That-
interview with you.
Right.
I can just
Mhm.
look at your face, your picture, or just feel your energy through the phone and say, you know what, this is going to be the one and last conversation I'm gonna have with this person, and it's a wrap. Because
Mhm.
again, why I could do that? Because I've done the work and I'm still doing the work. And when you're in tune with yourself and you are aligned with yourself and you are able to now block out all the noise, stop trying to be what society wants you to be, and you know who you truly against self is, you could be able to block all that other shit and be able to form your own world in the world that is called life.
Right.
Mhm.
Because life be lifing, and we're gonna all encounter some people that's got
Yes.
fucked up. We're gonna all encounter people that we thought that would be in our circle, or my circle is a
Mhm.
C. It's a C now. They can see me and I
Yes.
can see them. And we ain't got no
Yes.
problems, like for real.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love her.
And
She said nobody
hold
put
on.
baby in the corner. Like nobody. It's one of my favorite movies, y'all.
I
I
love
was
that
gonna say
movie.
that circle, like
At the
you said,
time
yeah.
of my life.
Okay, girl. Okay. We
You know
Y'all
another
know I'll
thing
break into song in a minute, man. Yeah.
I love that. I love that
I
movie.
do that
Me too. Me too. Listen, I love this conversation. And we're going to go and get into this part before we get out of here. Not going with the flow, but instead becoming the flow. And I want to hear each person's take on that. We're going to start with Nishay down here. Not going with the flow, but becoming the flow.
You know what's crazy? I just said that a few weeks ago. Like I don't match vibes, I am the vibe. Meaning that like I set the tone when I walk into the room. And it's I never knew that I possessed that power. And so my cousin said to me one day, he goes, when you're in a fit, you can upset this whole this whole house. He goes, but when you're calm, we're calm. I don't know if it's because I'm a water sign, but I just know that my presence demands respect. And it's one of them things where, and I was just saying this to my partner earlier today, I refuse to allow another person's negative energy have me step outside of my skin. Although, let's not get it twisted because misery loves company. I love misery. Once I become miserable, I love it there. It's fun for me because now I get to toy with you. So let's not go there. You want to take the love and light Nishay because the unhealed Nishay still likes to come and play,
Amen.
So it's one of the I got to check her, y'all. Amazon don't be working sometimes. I got to check her. But it's like, it's bad. It's one of them things where you have to understand your purpose and your goal and keep understanding that just keep doing the work and the universe will keep kissing you with her magic, and there's nothing or no one worth risking those kisses, because I know for me, I didn't think I was always worthy of the life that I live now. Even sometimes I still feel like I'm kind of like an imposter. And then I have to check myself, like, no. You fought hard to get here. You've been through a lot. You deserve to be in the room. I am the damn room. And if whoever don't like it, then they can exit the room. And that's what I'm okay with. I'm okay with being alone.
Like you ain't even got to come in my
alone
room. You ain't even got to come in.
So therefore,
You
you
ain't
don't
got to come
have
in.
to, I don't have to conform to you because I love me and I'm okay with just being in the room by my damn self. We have a great time.
Great
And I say
time.
we,
Great time.
all the parts of me. You
Or
hear me?
redeem. You hear me?
What?
Yes.
So
Let's get
yeah, just be your true authentic self, and that's how I maintain my vibe and being the vibe and not matching the vibe.
right. What about you, Ashley? Not going with the flow, but instead becoming the flow.
So I am with Nishay on that one. I am the flow. There is no other flow. I'm a water sign. We flow all day. And I'm gonna keep flowing, and I don't give a damn what nobody thinks or anybody has to say, and you gonna follow me. And that's how I operate. Like it's just that simple. If you can't flow with me, then you can flow out, and I'm okay with that.
Facts.
I'm okay with that.
Facts.
Because like she says, I love me.
Mhm.
And I can be alone. And I can be alone for days. I can be alone for months. And your ass will be looking for me.
Right.
Well, wait a minute. Where did she go?
Right.
I ain't heard from her. But she over here
Right.
doing her thing, and she's good with that. So the circle that became the C, it's that one. It's a L over here. Like it's barely got people in it. It's they barely there. But I'm
Barely.
okay with
Barely and hardly.
barely. Yeah, all that.
Right.
Like,
Right.
and
What about
but you have to be good with that though, and I'm okay with that.
right? You
You
have
know,
to.
I'm okay
Yes.
with being the flow.
Mm.
Alone. Yep.
You have to. What about you, Chastity? I know you know, me and you done had some conversations about going against the grain and stuff like that. So becoming the flow. What can you tell the listeners that's
Well,
tuning in?
I could definitely say I inspire and influence because on Instagram, everybody seems like they're picking up. We the best. We the best. I am that motivator. By the time I get done with you, you will be confident, and you
Mhm.
will be the next best $1 billion skincare brand in the world. So I don't, I would say I am the inspirer and influencer to most people. And I used to get mad a long time ago, just to give y'all a little insight. Oh, they copying me, but I grew out of that. I'm like, I love to see people pick up some of the stuff that I'm doing because I be like,
McDonald's,
oh,
Burger King,
this
Wendy's.
Wendy's,
Yes.
You know,
White
but you know
Castle,
what?
Checkers.
Chastity would be the Wendy's, although the rest of them sell the burgers. Her shit is just square. We ain't making our burgers round. We gonna make a square burger,
We
and
have
it
a different
works.
burger.
yeah, everybody just tend to go with it. I'm like, well, I guess that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. I say,
Yep.
trust me on this. We're gonna make this thing go. You know,
Mhm.
I was
Who's
that
coming with
tense.
me? You got that Jerry Maguire
Right,
going on.
right. Fuck you, you're cool.
Oh, hold up for a minute. Let me go talk to Jane right quick. You remember
Right,
this when you told me this and this and this? Come on, meet me outside.
I was telling my friends, I go to each one of the cubicles at the job. I'm like, well, you really got a good talent. You know what you could be doing? You could be selling cakes outside. What? I'm like, yeah, I could help you sell the cakes. I was always that one trying to
Helping
get you out of
motivate.
the
Yeah.
9 to 5.
Yes,
Wow.
you was smart. You was
And
You was
kind.
kind.
You was
Chastity,
and
important.
I
I
needed
was
you a
telling
long time ago,
I
Chastity.
told one of my
Yeah.
friends one day, I said, you know what? I look at these cubicles and I'm gonna rename this place. Do what you like and how you like. Everybody in the cubicles do whatever they want to do to build a business brand. Do what you like and how you like. Because all I can think about is Digital Underground,
That
the Humpty
song.
Dance.
Do what
Yeah,
you
do what
like.
you like
Mhm.
and how you
How
like.
you like? Yeah. Wow, I love it. I love it.
True,
Okay,
though.
Mary, like not going with the flow, but becoming the flow.
For me, I put myself in the mind space of that I'm the creator. Like I'm the creator. I created this. I want these type of people. I don't want these type of people. But even growing up, especially high school, that's when I really was like, okay, let me just release. I am a very optimistic person. So the room can be very dim. The room can be like, but once Mary walk in there, woo, y'all better get ready.
There I go.
Y'all better get ready because I'm the creator. Okay, we cannot be in here all dim and all shunned and all what they like to say bougie, but she bougie sometimes too. But anyhow, you know that type of bougie like they snooty, got they stick up their ass,
Yeah.
and don't feel like doing nothing. We talk about that bougie. Okay,
Gotcha.
so it comes to in my mind like, okay, I'm the creator, and it's like, okay, you know what it means? What makes me a creator means I have the power. I have the power. And my acronym for power is so purpose over wisdom equals restoration, meaning I can bring restoration to myself. Purpose
I
over
like
wisdom
that.
equals my restoration.
I
So it's like
that.
it's like so I have the power to bring restoration to myself, meaning if I'm a creator that's bringing restoration to myself through my purpose, through my wisdom, imagine what that energy of me, of a creator, is bringing into the room. So like so it's like, okay, like y'all said, and I agree with everyone that has spoken already, that I'm the flow. I am me. So I'm the wave. So either you gonna ride me or you gonna fall off. You may drown, but don't be careful.
Listen,
Right.
listen.
Y'all seen Clueless? Rolling with the
I
homies.
know. What you say, sink or swim?
Yes.
right. Y'all better keep up. But yes, you are the creator. You have the power. You have the power. So your purpose over your wisdom equals your restoration. That was God.
You have to quote that. You have to you have to quote that. It's awesome.
Yeah, you need to go ahead and trademark that for real.
Right.
Yeah, do something with that.
For real.
That's awesome.
Like for real.
Yeah,
That is
that needs to be on your bio on every page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Mhm.
See,
powerful.
now I'm making you do something that you wouldn't even think.
Power
You like,
over wisdom.
I'm always trying to push somebody to do something. Because I'm going to be calling you back when you make it. I'm like, remember me?
Yeah.
Remember me?
Like, we gonna keep it
Yes.
with KeKe.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Q. Listen. Don't go with the flow, but become the flow, like for real.
Listen, I agree with every single thing that all the ladies have said, so much. And just even the fact of what Mary just said of just the restoration. And I end up realizing that me now, being my own restoration and just also setting the tone in a room when you also walk in a room with even Shay and Ashley, even basically saying, because we got these water signs in here. I'm a fire sign. I will burn this shit down.
We will
So-
cancel that shit, okay?
And so at the end of the day, it's like, listen, we could be peaceful, or I could burn it down at the end of the day. But I realized with me being more of a podcaster and me being more of everything that I do, because I heard Chastity say she used to be upset about the fact people doing what she do. I always believe that anything that we do is duplicatable. The missing ingredient is you. They will never be able to be you. You are the main ingredient to your sauce.
Yes.
So I never have a problem with anybody doing whatever it is I'm doing, reaching out, asking me how I do it, because again, they are not me and I am not them.
Mhm.
And then again, me being in this podcast community in this setting, I realized that as I even put myself out there even more, I am the restoration of it. The fact how I set the tone of the room, how when I come in, people would sit there and give me my respect automatically. And they sit there and they either want me to begin a conversation, start a conversation, however they want. But I also realize, like I said, I could burn the shit down too, because when I feel like that my peace is being affected and I choose not to allow my peace to end up being affected in any type of way or to put the price on that, I remove myself. So that's my restoration, where it's okay, I could control this room. But because now you guys see me came in this room, I'm setting the tone. But if I stay in this room, I could burn this shit down, or let me take my restoration and let me go, because you guys was whack and bored as hell before I came, because I set the tone in this motherfucker. So now let me take the energy and I'm leaving, because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to end up causing the price of my peace, my sanity, and my energy to be affected, because it can't happen if you allow people to end up really doing it. And that's how I love how you say, KeKe, too, is the fact of that your friend shape is the see. They see you and you see me. Because at the end of the day, I start to be more cautious of what rooms I walk into, what lives I go in, and who panels that I end up going on, because a lot of people will pull you up because of your reputation. But at the same time, I could decline that shit too, because I know the energy of the source that could end up carrying. So again, I definitely end up setting the tone anywhere I go, where I go, and no matter place who I'm with. So absolutely, I love it. And ladies, this is amazing.
It's so dope.
This has been so amazing. Better than I thought it was gonna be, guys. Like for real. I'm over here big smiling. Like if y'all watching on YouTube, y'all see that? Like we gonna go on the road and do a podcast tour. Like let's do it.
I
Let's
always
get
said
into
y'all
topics,
need to
like
be
for real,
cool.
because it's needed, and different personalities and everybody gel well together. The respect is there. You have a safe space and the vulnerability to be yourself. I love creating spaces like this. And so to anyone who is listening that feels like they need to go with the flow, stop it, man. Stop it. Sometimes you have to go against the current, else you'll be sucked down under and drown. So you become the flow. That way you don't have to worry about it. You're setting the tone. You're the energy. You have the power. Protect your peace. Know that it's okay because God made you different for a reason. Embrace that. Know that there is only one you. And you are enough. You are more than enough. What you have is relevant. And your light will help other people come out of their darkness. And guess what? If they refuse to, don't allow yourself to be dimmed by that. Continue to shine. Continue to shine and and just have fun along the way. I tell you, laugh every day, learn every day, love and live and let it be. Yes. Sometimes you just got to let people and places and things go. And it's okay. As long as you're being true to who you are and you're elevating every day, and you have to leave some people behind or not go to places that once served you, that is okay. And anybody that tries to make you feel bad for doing so, fuck them.
Amen.
That part.
For real.
Period.
For real. Because it's not for everybody to get. God gave you a vision for a reason. He gives us gifts that makes room for us. Your gifts are your gifts. I don't want anybody else's blessings. I want what God has for KeKe. If I'm
And
able
not
to.
everyone can come.
Exactly. And be okay with
You
it.
know?
Because we try to pull
And it's
people
like a
along.
rocket. The boosters have to come off at some point, or that rocket will not go, and we have to understand that not everyone can come.
It's just like,
and
man,
it's one of them things
can you imagine trying to put yourself into a training bar right now? Like, man, that bra would be like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
You see, I'm like,
first of all, your boo's gonna be saying, "What the hell?"
Yes, right. Like, girl, I'm supposed to go on that? Girl, what you doing? But yeah, I always try to make people laugh. But yeah, it's like you got to take the training bra. You got to get rid of it. You got to take those training wheels off at some time. You got to just take that leap and not worry about what other people think. Worried about failing, because if you take the leap and you don't land on your feet and you hit your face, at least you'll know what not to do the next time. It might hurt like hell, but hey, you gonna know, hey, I can't do this next time. I know a different way to get there. But I say all that to say, right. I say all that to say is being set apart and not going with the flow is normal. And we have to stop making people feel bad for being different or embracing their uniqueness. So changing the narrative and having these spaces, let's just keep doing it, y'all. It's relevant, it's needed, and it's changing lives. I don't focus on numbers. I focus on the power of the content that I'm creating and putting out there for people. If it touched 2 or 3 people, we've done our job.
That's it.
We just want people to feel better as they come in and leave even better as they go out. And just take something that we said that would empower them, that would resonate with them, so they can share it and let that light in them. Because people watch. Let's just be honest. Motherfuckers be watching.
They do.
All the time.
All the time. So they're going to say, okay, KeKe, dang, she went to this seminar and she came back and now she looked different. Like, what you got? What you doing?
Her glow
So yeah. But before we get out of here, do you ladies have any parting words, any words of encouragement, anything that you would like to say to the listeners?
Yeah, Suge would like to share one of her demandments. Okay, so she got 10, right? So we're not gonna go over all of them, but it's just one particular one that I'd like to share. So this one is stop testing the pussy. Okay, stop testing the pussy. And what she means by that, what I mean by that, what she mean by that is take that leap, stop playing, believe in yourself and take that leap. One more. We gotta share this for 2, y'all. So and tap that ass. Okay, tap that ass. Let life know that you are in control. Okay, you are in control. So tap that ass and stop testing the pussy. Y'all better start believing yourself. Okay, stop believing in yourself and know that you are a badass bitch. Okay, you are a badass bitch, and do not let nobody take your light. Do not let nobody take or shun who you are, because you are meant to be for a reason. So be who you are meant to be. That's it for Suge. Okay, I would have went over all 10, but we'll be here all night. Okay.
Listen, I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
have to make sure that I have Suge back for another
Yes.
episode. Like, I love it. I
He's
love
great.
it. All right, but guys, this has been an amazing episode. And before we get off, I always like to ask this question on a personal note, but I'm not gonna do this with y'all. I got something special. So, thank you guys for tuning in. You've been listening to another episode of Kicking It with KeKe.
Life,
Life,
love,
love,
and
and
all
all
that
that
shit.
other shit.
Life, love, and all that other shit. Until next time, purple hugs.